once your first draft is written, the next step, step 2, is to find beta readers. So what are beta readers? Beta readers are people that will read your first draft and give you feedback. And so you're not just looking for people that will tell you that you did a good job, because you want to make your book, your manuscript, as strong as possible. So you need to try to find people who will be a little bit critical, but also be kind. And you might want to write specific questions for them to answer, like, does this flow smoothly? Do you understand the point I'm trying to make? What are the top 3 takeaways of the manuscript? What did you like about the manuscript? What did you not like about the manuscript? How can I improve the manuscript? Things like that. And so if you send those questions to the people that have agreed to be your beta readers, they can give you feedback and help you make your document or your book stronger. So after you find your beta readers and send the document off to your readers, then you will want to find a good editor. And so you want to find somebody who has experience editing the genre that you're writing in. Hi, Thelma. Good to see you here. Let me know if you have any questions as we're going along. So if you're writing fiction, you want somebody who's familiar with the genre, whether it's Christian fiction, whether it's romance, whether it's science fiction. If you're writing a nonfiction book, then you probably want somebody who has experience in the genre that you're writing that. And so finding a good editor and somebody that you relate well to is important. And I'm just going to touch on the 3 different levels of editing. Developmental editing, which is the big overview of your book, and making sure that the structure makes sense. So is the storyline interesting, and does it keep the reader's attention? Do the characters make sense for a fiction book? For a nonfiction book, do your chapters each have one specific point that you're sharing? Are they clear? Do you leave the reader with action steps that are helpful? Those kind of things are developmental editing. And then the next level of editing is line editing. So where an editor will go through your manuscript line by line and make sure grammar is correct, you have your facts correct, you haven't stolen any information without giving proper attribution, those kind of things. Those are line editing questions. And then after you get your book formatted, you will want a proofreader to go through it just to make sure you haven't missed any spelling errors or typos or those kind of things. After you get your manuscript back from your editor, you will need to make revisions. And those can take time, but those are important steps to getting your manuscript ready to publish. While your editor is working on your book, you can keep going in the process. And so some other things that you'll need to get in place. Oh, I should mention too, if you go with a traditional publisher, you might not need to find your own editor. Often traditional publishers have their own editors that they prefer to work with. And if you are wanting to go with a traditional publisher, something that you will want to get is a book called The Christian Writer's Market Guide. And if you just go to christianwritersmarketguide.com, that's where you can find access to that book. And if you choose to self-publish, then you will want IBPA and download their standards checklist to make sure that your book is going to be high quality and meet the standards of a traditional published book. And you can find that at ibpa-online.org/page/standards checklist. And if you have any trouble finding any of these resources, you can let me know. So as I was saying, the next step While the editor is working on your manuscript, you can work on your book description, the front matter and back matter. And if you download that standards checklist, it goes into more detail in what you should include in those front matter and back matter pages. The next step is getting ISBNs for your book. So you will need an ISBN for each version of your book. So if you have a paperback copy, you'll need one ISBN for that. If you're doing an ebook, you need a different ISBN. An audiobook needs its own ISBN, and so on. If you live in the United States, the best place to get an ISBN is from R.R. Bowker, B-O-W-K-E-R. And you can get single ISBNs, or you can buy packages for a cheaper rate. In Canada, we don't have to pay for our ISBNs, and you can access them through the Library and Archives Canada website. If you just Google ISBN Canada, you'll find that. The next step is getting a book cover. And this can be an interesting process too. And it can vary a lot in price depending on how you do it. There is, some people have found good success through Fiverr. I've never used it, but Fivrr. You can go on there and write a description of what you're looking for, and book cover designers will give you ideas, and you can choose a designer and then work with them to develop the design that you like. Another option is 99 Designs, and it's a similar process to Fiverr. It does cost a little bit more, but you get more for your money as well. So you need to, again, put up a book description, and then designers will put up their designs, and you can give feedback on there as to what you like and what you don't like. And then you can choose the top 5 designs that you like and share them on social media and get feedback from people. And that way you can find out what your audience likes and what they don't like. And it's a good way to market your book as well. And then you can, when the process is done, you choose the book cover that you like and work with the designer to finalize it, and then receive the files from them. Next step is getting your ebook formatted, and the prices can vary from free, depending on which service you use, to $150, $200. And then also paperback formatting would be step 9. And so you can think about different things like whether you want drop caps or font you want to use in your book, how you're going to share your illustrations, and those kind of things when you do your formatting. And then the final step, number 10, is what you've wanted to get to, publishing your book. And there again, you have options. You can choose to publish on Amazon, Ingram Spark, Kobo, Nook, iBooks, Smashwords, Lulu. There's lots of options that you need to consider. So do your research and find out which options work best for you. You don't necessarily need to pick just one. You can use more than one option. After your book is published, then you'll be able to order print copies. And usually those copies cost an author about $5 a copy. And then you also need to think about marketing, because it's one thing to get your book published, but it's another thing to get it into the hands of your readers. So I hope you find this information helpful. If you have any questions about any of the steps, feel free to comment and I will get back to you.